Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to look up the Georgia State standards for teaching U.S. history to a group of high schoolers. The first thing you want to do is you want to open up your internet program, either Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, maybe you have Google Chrome, something like that. Netscape Navigator, although it's kind of old. Uh, and then you have weird stuff that happens like that. Don't worry about that. Just keep going. And once it opens, which, as you can see, my computer's a little bit slow, you want to type in the Google search. You can type in Georgia standards, hit enter. Sometimes that doesn't work, so hit Google search. And it'll take you to Google. There you go, historystandards.org. You're going to click on that. And it's going to load. And you wait, and you wait, and you wait some more. And but once again, my computer's slow and my internet, I don't know, what it's doing. And it's loading, and it's loading. Alright, and the next thing you're going to click on is you want to click on the Georgia Performance Standards tab right here at the top where you see my arrow right here, my hand. Click on that. And I'll take you to the overall page for the Georgia Performance Standards. And then, as you can see, I'll scroll down a little bit for you. As you can see over here on the left side, you see all kinds of different subjects and grade levels and stuff like that. You're going to want to click on Social Studies, and that'll take you to, obviously, Social Studies because we're doing history. If you're teaching geometry, you want to click on Math. All right, and you got Social Studies. Now you've got your grade groups, K through 5, 6 through 8, 9 through 12. Well, we're going to deal with high schoolers because we don't like those other grades. All right, so you click on 9 through 12. And then this page comes up. And over here you can see all basically what you're expected to teach. Obviously the requirements are U.S. history, world history, economics, and American government. But there's also psychology, sociology, all these classes that you could teach. So you want to click on United States history. That opens up that tab. And then you click on United States history again. And it'll take you to another file. It's a PDF file. Alright, and it just shows you basic standards for teaching United States history and what you need to know. Now, we'll skip over some of these because they're kind of weird. Here's a good one, and this is how you identify it if you ever have to identify it. You're dealing with the American Revolution, and you explain the primary causes of the American Revolution. Your students should be able to do this by the end of the semester. Substandard A, dealing with Treaty of Paris and the French and Indian War and the end of it, and the Stamp Act, Intolerable Acts, stuff like that. Your students need to know that. Moving on. Your students should be able to analyze the impact of territorial expansion and population growth and the impact of this growth in the early decades of the new nation. That's another thing they need to be able to talk about. War of 1812, the Monroe Doctrine. All stuff that we learned in high school, but we didn't necessarily have a standard for it because they didn't have these tests up there for it yet. And finally, stuff along the acts leading up to the Civil War, Kansas-Nebraska Act, John Brown's raid, Dred Scott, the roles of these people right here, Grant, Lee, Jackson, Sherman, Jefferson Davis, all these people, all these major battles, stuff that you need to know. All good quality things, and this is useful to just go back to as you're teaching throughout the semester, making sure you're hitting on these points. But it's also useful to let your students evaluate you, because your students are going to need to know this in order to pass the end of course exam. And if they're not knowing all this, it's going to reflect poorly on you. So that's about it.